From fans getting in fights with players to conspiracies to streak.
He's pulling down his pants. Put up your pants, my man.
These are NFL fans who are banned forever. And first up is the time this Raiders fan broke the stadium. Damn, that glass is as weak as the Raiders organization. Because right after he broke it, security legit escorted the guy out and he got banned for life. But the NFL doesn't stop at destruction of property for handing out bans. Because after Tyreek Hill scored a 75-yard touchdown, one Pats fan taunted him so hard that the NFL ruined his life.
The fan who threw beer on a Kansas City Chiefs player during last night's game is now facing charges, and the Patriots are taking action against him as well.
Patriots say he is no longer welcome at Gillette.
Listen, that's definitely childish behavior, but banning seems a little extreme. The real crime is wasting the beer, man. But dumping the beer might be better than having like 20 of them, because one drunk Bears fan crossed a pretty big line with a Packers fan, the attempted murder line. See, during their 2022 matchup, there was an Ozempic ad in the stands chirping at a Bears fan.
If you have a glass,
But even though he was being loud for sure, he never got physical. So in everyday life, that's something you just shrug off. And the Bears fan might have just done that if the Packers Bear Eagles fan didn't spit in his face. Cause then it got ugly. Say what you will about a guy wearing an Eagles hat, Bears scarf, and Packers jersey, but no one, not even an Eagles fan, deserves that kind of fall. Well, maybe just one Eagles fan. Because during this Eagles-Packers game, this Philly fan went way overboard with the trash talk.
They got one more yard though. They're close. Yeah, but they're not in. It's not a touchdown. Okay, well, don't. She's an ugly dumb. Oh.
Bruh, I can't even imagine the rage coursing through the fiance's veins. But if he had started fighting, it could have gone way worse.
There's all Eagles fans allowing this to happen, so I didn't want to turn around and yell at this guy and then have my fiance get jumped in the crowd.
Yeah, given Philly's rep, that's probably exactly what would have happened. Luckily for the couple, though, they got revenge the 2025 way, cancel culture, because the management consulting firm the guy worked for fired him just 2 days later, saying, in keeping with our company's values, we have decided to part company with the employee. This separation is effective immediately. You absolutely love to see it. But while that consultant got humiliated on Twitter, another guy paid $42,000 to humiliate himself. Say hello to Alex Gonzalez, a Forex trader that's got a net worth of, well, we don't know, but he's at least a millionaire based on this. And being a millionaire raised in the social media era, it's pretty safe to say Alex values having clout. Like, really values having clout. But one year, he took his clout chasing to another level.
You know, I'm gonna go to the Super Bowl. I'm already here at Las Vegas. I'm just gonna pull up, make money, and leave. And I ended up going to UFC Apex. So I went backstage there. You know, Dr. Phil was there, Danny Duncan, Nelk Boys. Some really big names were there. And I was like hyping it up. I'm like, yo, you got to get this bet in. I'm going to speak the Super Bowl. I'm going to be that guy this year. So all these guys were pulling strings to make that bet happen, and ended up happening that the bet doesn't exist. It's non-existent. And then I'm like, damn.
Yeah, he was cooked. Well, the bet was cooked. But he'd already told all these guys that he was gonna streak at Super Bowl 58, and he was not about to back out. So obviously, there was only one solution to this predicament. Just do it. And I gotta hand it to him. He actually went at it with a solid plan.
So I bought the tickets the day before the Super Bowl. They were $42,000. Yeah, we were front row. Because I knew if I were to do it alone, I'd get caught. So I had to get a decoy. So my friend was my decoy, and pretty much hours before we pulled up to the game, we went to Dick's Sporting Goods, we bought cleats. We kind of pulled up to the actual stadium at 11:30 as soon as the gates opened. So we walked around the whole stadium and we scoped it out.
Once the game started, he was off to the races. Literally.
Holy shit! Oh! No! Oh, there's two!
Damn, that's it? Kinda expected him to last at least 15 seconds. But respect for the follow-through. I mean, he did get banned from the stadium for life and caught a misdemeanor for trespassing, though. So unless you're a Forex trader, I wouldn't recommend it. But what Alex Gonzalez couldn't do, Yuri Andrade did almost. Because this time, Yuri actually did make a bet on a Super Bowl streaker. And wouldn't you know it, there was one that year. Him.
Some guy with a brawl. And now he's not being chased. He's running down the middle of the 40. Arms in the air in a victory salute. He's pulling down his pants. Put up your pants, my man. Pull up those pants. He's being chased to the 30. He breaks a tackle from a security guard. The 20, down the middle, the 10, the 5, He slides at the 1, and they converge on him at the goal line.
He may have gotten unnecessary roughness from that one security guard, but who cares? He won $375,000 off a $50K bet. Well, not quite. See, he couldn't keep his mouth shut. And after telling a news outlet of his and his friends' plan to bet then win, all of his bets were voided. Average IQ of a gambler right there. Which surprisingly is lower than the IQ of some NFL reps. Because they've banned fans for doing literally nothing. Like in 2023, when after Tyreek Hill scored a touchdown, he took a cameraman's phone to record his celebration.
Oh, he smoked him!
But what could have been a core memory for that kid turned into the lowest point of his career.
That's my boy K Fitz, man.
The NFL then let me know that I would be suspended for the remainder of the season and possibly for good. They said regardless if I knew the celebration was coming or not, I still had to be disciplined and that I shouldn't have jumped on the sidelines after the play. One of the best moments of my life turned upside down in a matter of seconds.
Basically, what I heard was the NFL will ban fans for hopping a railing, but not coaches or players for cheating or even criminal activity. At least the kid was friends with Hill already.
I told him, don't let this get to you, man. Like, just hold your head up. You're still young. Yeah, man, continue to do what you love. So, obviously, like, me and him going to continue to work together. And I told him I was going to cover his salary. I told him I was going to, make sure that I do what's right and, take care of you.
Now that is how you turn normal people into fans. Whereas this next one shows how you lose them as fast as possible. Because one fan got banned for bringing politics into a sports game. See, during Kendrick's halftime show, there were 400 people in his dance crew. So security probably went a little light on them when it was showtime. And when the show happened, everything went smoothly until... Yeah, I kind of get the NFL's decision. I mean, the Super Bowl is ultimately just a break from the modern world. No one's trying to get a geopolitical lecture at the 50-yard line.
So I had an opportunity on a grand scale to bring awareness or speak out against something wrong.
Do you have any cultural or family links to either Palestine or Sudan, or was this purely a gesture of humanity and support for those affected by these wars?
Yes, humanitarian. I'm a humanitarian and I'm a Muslim, so we're spiritually connected in Islam, and we're human and we're connected with empathy for humanity because we're all human beings, God's creation.
Yeah, no actual ties to either country makes it pretty hard to defend. On the other hand, it is free speech, so I don't know if a lifetime ban is warranted. But no matter what you think, you can understand both. The guy wanted to make a statement, and the NFL wanted to avoid one. But people fiending for attention is nothing new. Because after Quentin Jefferson got ejected from a Seahawks-Jags game, fans tried giving him some extra punishment. And man, are they lucky that 8-foot wall is there.
And look, somebody threw something at him from the stands and it landed out. Security needs to take care of this to make sure fans should not throw things. Those fans will be ejected.
If you're one of those fans, your brain had to have short-circuited. If that dude got into the stands, everyone within 10 feet would be dead on sight. Which makes it even crazier to hear what the ejected fans had to say.
We're just trying to enjoy the game. He ended up saying a few words. We ended up saying words as fans, you know what I mean? Because we stuck behind the guy even though he was wrong. When we in that stadium, it's all about Till, you know what I mean? So we just trying to defend, you know what I mean, defend the fans and try to back everybody up.
What do you think would have happened had he been able to get up there?
Oh, he would have got hit as soon as it came up, though.
Uh-huh. I'm sure his pint-sized ass would have done some serious damage. I mean, when fans actually hit one player, he hit back easy and still took the guy off the ground. See, back during the Ravens' 2025 season opener, Lamar Jackson threw a 29-yard touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins.
Laying it up for Hopkins.
And while they were celebrating around the end zone, a Bills fan shoved Hopkins and Lamar. But while Hopkins let it go, Lamar decided to show the Bills fans some Baltimore love. Lamar barely even hit him, and that kid practically flew back to his seat. And you probably expect some crazy fine to hit Lamar, right? Well, he did apologize.
I seen him slap D-Hop. He slapped me. So I just forgot where I was for a little bit. Hopefully it'll happen again.
And since the fan hit Lamar first, the NFL prioritized their players' safety. So they banned the fan, and Lamar just went about his life. Let's be real, there was no threat from that red and blue toothpick, but seeing him get arrested is still satisfying. But not every one of these ends in a fight. Some end in, well, other kinds of contact. Because in 2021, one Eagles fan had the kind of afternoon you dream of. Watching his favorite team, drinking, sex in the bathroom, and a crowd cheering him on like a celebrity.
Oh, she's gone! Oh!
Honestly, given how much time the cop gave them, I think he did let them finish. And according to TMZ, they weren't even arrested. Yeah, they got banned, but until the door opened, the cops couldn't actually prove anything, so they got off scot-free. Yet somehow, they weren't the only ones getting freaky that season. Because during the New England Buffalo playoff game, Kendrick Bourne went in for a touchdown, and a fan gifted him an interesting present.
Wide open. Touchdown, Kendrick Bourne.
Gotta hand it to the Bills fan for inventing a truly one-of-a-kind tradition. Because Bourne wasn't the first time it's happened. You can go back as far as 2016 and see rubber rockets flying every year. And every year, another fan gets banned for life. But while Bills fans were launching fun torpedoes, one fan launched himself downfield during a Niners-Rams game. And look, I don't mind streakers or overly excited photographers hopping railings, but there is one type of field rusher I'm so tired of seeing. The activist. Look, I get these are trying times, but if you run on the field with a message, well, hate to break it to you, but no one cares. So God bless Bobby Wagner for making this guy's time in the spotlight short. I'm surprised the dude didn't explode on impact. Bro was built like a bamboo tree. But as satisfying as it was to see that activist experience consequences for the first time, Bobby Wagner also faced some consequences of his own.
A protester tackled by Rams players during Monday night's football game has actually filed a police report and has filed a complaint against the team.
Unfortunately for the protester, that complaint basically went nowhere. So hopefully he learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes life just isn't fair. Which actually ties into this next fan fight pretty well. Because it was less of a fight and more of a beatdown. Honestly, it sounded more like a WWE matchup than anything. Because it was between Red Extreme and X Factor. Two guys that have nothing better to do with their time, but they have one thing in common. And if you couldn't tell, it's being Chiefs fans. And as far as every news outlet's concerned, that's the only backstory leading up to their fight. But after some light digging, I found something that explains their hate for each other pretty clearly. Because apparently, 18 years ago, Red Extreme slept with X Factor's baby mama behind his back.